You open your eyes for the first time. But this isn't a home. It's a glass tube. Cold blue lights shine through the glass. Machines hum above you like you're already property. Around you, there are thousands of tubes, thousands of clones, thousands of copies. A Kaminoan stops in front of you, checks the screen, nods, and walks away. Congratulations! You're a clone trooper, and your life is already owned by someone else. Before you can even speak, your future has been planned. Helmet, blaster, barracks, battlefield. You don't choose your job. You don't choose your home. You don't even choose your name. Because you weren't born like a normal child. You were manufactured like a weapon. Your home is Kamino, a storm-covered ocean world with no warmth and no escape. No forests, no mountains, no cities. Just black water, rain, and white facilities. It rains almost every day. At night, thunder shakes the walls while clones sleep in rows. Some clones go years without seeing a clear horizon. Nobody thinks that's a problem, because nobody brought you here to enjoy life. They brought you here to become useful. You were created from the DNA of one man, Jango Fett, a bounty hunter, a killer, a template. Every clone has your face, your voice, your blood. That sounds like family, until you realize what it means. At first it feels comforting. Millions of brothers, all trapped in the same life as you. But to the Republic, that makes you replaceable. If one helmet falls, another takes its place. There are always more clones, more faces, more bodies, more soldiers ready to be used. Normal humans get almost 20 years to grow up. You get 10, that's it. Your childhood doesn't end. It never really starts. While other children learn math, you learn how to enter rooms and eliminate targets. At 4, you start combat exercises. At 5, you hold your first training blaster. At 6 and 7, you study tactics, maps, ambushes, and battlefield survival. And by 8, they're already preparing you for real war. Every day becomes the same loop. Wake up, train, eat, train again, drills, tactics, conditioning, more drills. Your body belongs to the schedule. The Kaminoans call it efficiency. You call it being exhausted before your life even begins. Your instructors aren't angry. They aren't cruel. They're worse. They don't care. Every mistake is recorded. Every weakness gets a number. Every failure becomes data. You are not being raised, you are being built. But something happens they didn't plan for. You start becoming different. One clone jokes, one studies, one dreams, one questions everything. Individuality survives anyway. Soon, serial numbers aren't enough. You start giving each other names, real names. And for the first time, you feel less like equipment and more like a person. Before long, your squad becomes the closest thing you have to a family. Not parents, not cousins, brothers who train beside you, suffer beside you, and survive beside you. One clone becomes your closest friend. Loud, reckless, impossible to ignore. He volunteers for danger like it's a joke. And somehow, he always makes everyone laugh. For a little while, life almost feels normal. Almost. Then the alarm hits. And Kamino reminds you what you really are. Your squad is sent into a simulated separatist bunker. Just another training exercise. Breach, clear, advance. You've done it so many times it feels automatic. But this time, something is different. A hidden turret activates above you. The room explodes with simulated blaster fire. Everyone reacts, except your friend. He freezes for 1 second. In your world, 1 second is enough to destroy a life. The blast hits him. Medics rush in, instructors shout, and nobody knows what to say. He survives, but he'll never return to active training. One mistake and his future is gone. The next morning, another cadet takes his place. Same face, same armor, different person, and training continues. For the first time, war has become real. The gunship doors open, and training is over. On Kamino, war was controlled. Here, it is loud, real, and everywhere. Your boots hit the red sand, and every lesson suddenly feels too small. Blaster fire cuts across the battlefield from every direction. There is nowhere safe. Gunships explode above you. Walkers burn ahead. The sky looks like it is falling. Thousands of battle droids march through the dust. They do not panic. They do not stop. The battlefield is so huge you can't even see where the killing ends. For the first time, you are truly terrified, and every clone around you feels it too. The clone beside you gets hit almost immediately. 1 second he is running, the next second he is face down in the dirt. No speech, no goodbye. Just gone. The war does not pause for him. It keeps moving over his body. You reach for him, but another clone grabs your shoulder and screams, "Move!" So you move, because standing still only gives the battlefield another body. Hours later, the Republic wins. At least that is what the reports say. The Senate celebrates. The news calls it glorious. Clean victories are easy to sell, but behind the celebration, wounded and dead clones are loaded into transports. After Geonosis, your life becomes a blur of planets, orders, and gunfire. One mission becomes another. One battle becomes another. Survival becomes routine. You fight in burning deserts and frozen wastelands. Different worlds, same fear. You fight in cities and starship corridors. The war follows you everywhere. Every planet looks different. Every battlefield ends the same way. Someone does not come back. At first, you remember every name, every face, every brother you lose. Then the list gets too long. Remembering starts to feel like another wound. Then your unit gets a new commander, a Jedi general. You imagined Jedi as legends, heroes who would always know what to do. But the Jedi in front of you looks tired. The war is breaking him too. Then he learns your squad's names, not numbers. Names. And somehow that matters. Some officers see clones as equipment. Your general sees people inside the armor. The first battle with him goes wrong fast. Your unit is trapped in a canyon. Droids hold the high ground. Vehicles burn. Communications die. The escape route disappears. For hours, it feels like everyone in that canyon will be buried there. Then the Jedi turns to you and the others and asks for ideas. Not orders, ideas. You point to a narrow side canyon. It is risky, but it might save everyone. The plan works. You hit the droids from behind, and for once, they panic. That day, you understand the truth. The Jedi are not carrying this war alone. The clones are. Months become years. Your armor changes first. Scratches, burns, dents, dirt. Every mark means something tried to kill you. And almost succeeded. Somehow your new friend survives too. Loud, reckless, and impossible to kill. You fight together, eat together, train together, and drag each other through hell. The squad jokes you would not last a week apart. The worst part is, they're right. Then the war takes aim at the one thing you still care about. Your unit defends a Republic outpost against waves of droids that never end. Food runs low, ammo runs low, sleep disappears. Everyone starts breaking down. Then the perimeter collapses, and the outpost turns into smoke, fire, and panic. During the retreat, your new friend stays behind to cover the squad. Over the comms, you hear him laughing. Even now, he tells you to keep moving. Then the signal cuts out. A massive explosion follows. After that, only silence. The Republic calls the mission a success, but all you see is the friend who never came back. For 3 years, war has dragged you through fire and ruin. Worlds burn behind you, and somehow you are still alive. Inside the transport, you sit with your helmet in your hands. Survival does not feel like victory anymore. Damaged helmets rest on crates like graves. Most of the brothers from Kamino are gone now. Another name disappears from the casualty list. Another fresh clone steps into the empty place. Then, for the first time in years, the map changes. The Republic is finally winning. Clones whisper in the barracks. Maybe the war is ending. Maybe you will live to see it. You sit beside your helmet and look toward the sunrise. For once, the future does not look like a battlefield. 2 paths stand in front of you. One leads back to war. The other almost looks like life. Then everything changes during a mission that should have been routine. Just another battlefield. Just another push forward. Your Jedi General is there beside you, the man who treated clones like people, not equipment. The battle is going well. Droids fall back, defenses collapse, and victory feels close. Then your helmet crackles. A priority transmission cuts through the battlefield. Every clone stops at once. The same message reaches every helmet. Execute Order 66. For 1 second, nothing happens. Then pain tears through your head. Something hidden inside your brain wakes up. The inhibitor chip was waiting for this moment. You look at your general, but the chip no longer sees a friend. It only sees a threat. Memories flash through your mind. Him saving clones, listening to you, fighting beside you. Then your hands tighten around the blaster. Your body starts obeying before your mind can choose. He reaches toward you and says your name. You hesitate for a second. Then your finger tightens. Now you stand alone in the dark, with the Republic fading behind you and the Empire rising in its place. You won the war, and that is exactly when the Empire stopped needing you. At first, everything looks the same. Same armor, same blaster, same orders. Then the symbol changes. The Republic is painted over like it never mattered. The Imperial crest takes its place. Simple, efficient, and cold. For a while, you keep serving. Boarding ships, following orders, pretending nothing has changed. But the missions feel different now. The enemies are no longer battle droids. During the war, you fought machines. Now your blaster points at frightened civilians. You watch people being arrested in the street. You tell yourself it is only duty. Then you stand in front of scared civilians and something inside you starts to feel wrong. Time passes and your body begins to betray you. You are not wearing out in battle, you are wearing out in silence. Gray hair, old wounds, slower reflexes. The perfect soldier is starting to break down. Then the news reaches the barracks. The Empire is recruiting regular humans. Stormtroopers march past in clean white armor. Young, healthy, cheap, and built to replace you. Names of clone units begin vanishing from Imperial records. Quietly, efficiently, without explanation. One day you find your old barracks empty. No ceremony, no farewell, just abandoned helmets. A young Imperial recruit stands in front of you holding a Stormtrooper helmet. He is not your officer, he is your replacement. Behind him, endless rows of Stormtroopers march past. Young soldiers, clean armor, a future built without clones. Above them, Imperial slogans cover the walls. Loyalty, obedience, order. The Empire has already taught them what to believe. The galaxy remembers the Jedi, the Republic, and the Empire. The clones are almost forgotten. You stand before rows of damaged helmets. Clones saved the Republic and paid the price for the Empire. The young Stormtrooper walks back into formation. Another soldier, another generation, another life. Then for the first time, there are no orders waiting for you. No commanders, no missions, just silence. You were created in a laboratory, raised for war and trained to obey. You were made for a purpose you never chose. You fought across the galaxy and watched your brothers fall. Somehow, you were the one who survived. You helped save the Republic. You helped destroy the Jedi. You helped build the Empire. And in the end, the galaxy moved on without you. You were never meant to have a future. You were only meant to win a war. And once the war was over, so were you.